This is for entertainment purposes. I'm making it up, and this is honestly something I just put together on my own thought process and kind of am uncomfy. So you're going to go on a journey with me on my thinking. We all love that. So I'm sitting here and I kept having, so I've always liked the song Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. That song, it's like it keeps wanting me to listen to it. So I kept listening to it, and I was listening to it and listening to it and listening to it. Yesterday I couldn't stop. So went from that to Imagine by John Lennon or the Beatles, and one of the two. And it finally clicked as I'm sitting here wiping my whiteboard. So I haven't quite got it completely clean yet. So you're going to hear me read from my handy dandy notebook. Okay, so I was sitting here and I was like, okay, so we got King Solomon, the Philosopher's Stone, which needs the life source of a human that runs through our veins to create it. Then we got Thoth being summoned, or Thoth, the beings being summoned by the same source. And then I was like, oh my gosh. So the Old Testament goes so much into sacrifice. All these beings, or all that God, demiurge, whatever you call them, wanted sacrifice, whether it be human or whether it be animal. It was anything to do with the life source of that creature. So now I'm wondering if each creature had its own version of whatever entity would come through. Now, circle back to what I was here to say originally. So he wanted all these sacrifices. So what if all of those sacrifices, each one of them craved or needed the life source of another being to materialize here? And so he created an army. He created an army of the beings, of the different beings. And then the final sacrifice would have been his own son. So that would have let him in. So after the sacrifice of Jesus, they no longer needed life source to materialize because he was the biggest sacrifice. Now, I also put this thought together because of the Rolling Stones song and because of a movie I used to love when I was growing up called Fallen, and it had Denzel Washington in it. Well, it would talk about, like, this is how far back this has gone for me. It would talk about, in the movie, Denzel Washington like starts having to fight this demon that comes in through a human, and he's a cop, and he's trying to find this guy that is doing all these awful things, but he ends up finding out that it's a demon that can transfer from human to human by touch. So can these things live forever? Here, jumping from human to human? Is it going from, so that it could be anyone? So this sounds completely crazy. I sound completely insane. Go listen to Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. Go watch Fallen with Denzel Washington. And come back or if you've seen those, or if you've heard that song and you know that song well, I don't like this thought. But when we go with the King Solomon and the Philosopher's Stone, which needed the life source, you have the being summoned by that life source and sacrifice. And then you have God demanding sacrifice repeatedly. Who is giving me this information? Like, I'm connecting the dots, but I feel like something is coming through. Like, I'm connecting to something that's telling me this stuff to lead me in the right directions. It's not like I'm hearing voices in my head. It's just like thoughts pop into my mind about... thoughts pop into my head of my own voice to lead me to the next step. Is that some kind of a Claire, or... Because I know like, sometimes I feel genuinely crazy, but I don't at the same time, because everything I'm doing leads to the next step of the puzzle that I'm putting together. Well, now we are. But, and then you think of like AC/DC with Hell's Bells. Songs and movies tell us. We just have to flip and listen. I almost said a cuss word. I don't know if you can do that on this app. I'm still waiting for YouTube to verify my fact that I'm a human before I can start posting other than the stuff I've already posted. So like the videos that I've already posted, or even a short. And I wanted to get more in depth with my whiteboard. I don't know. This is crazy. Listen to Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones, and or watch Fallen with Denzel Washington, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm sure there's other things. If you know more songs that correlate with this, and if you know more movies that correlate with this, add it to the comments, because I feel like Denzel thought he oh, it's such a good movie. It's such a good movie. So dark. Not dark, but like, it's like the battle of good versus evil and the light versus the dark. And then how it ends is just like, oh my God.